Hello all, let's start part 2 of our lecture in 6.1. In part 2, first I want to explain for you what is row echelon of a matrix. If you have a matrix, let me draw for example a 3 by 3 matrix for you. A matrix with the ones down the main diagonal and zeros below, we call it a row echelon of a row echelon matrix. How? This is your main diagonal row, correct? And this is your vertical bar. If you change a matrix in this form to get ones in your main diagonal row and below the ones, because it's a 3 by 3 matrix, zeros, here for example a number, because I'm working with general form, I'll just put a star for you, correct? Think these stars are numbers, and here you have your constant for all of them, for all three. But below the zero you have ones. We call this matrix row echelon, correct? Remember, this matrix is really important, or some professors they call it a goal matrix. For example, this one, for the system of linear equation, to solve the system of linear equation in 3 variables. Or if I draw a 2 by 2 for you, correct? This is my vertical bar. Here I have numbers, main diagonal row, these two. Here under the 1 I have 0, and here a star or another number. I call this one the row echelon matrix, or a goal matrix to solve a system of linear equation in 2 variables. In this one, you can solve a system of linear equation in 3 variables. Correct? Now, before even jumping to solve the system, let's practice with this topic how you can change a matrix, a given matrix, to row echelon matrix. Correct? I'll do maybe one example or 2 examples here for you. Example number 1. For example, they are giving us this matrix. I think it's a 2 by 2, 3, 1, negative 5, 2, and your vertical bar, and your constants are 6 and negative 1. I want to change this matrix to, or I want to write this matrix in row echelon form. Correct? For example, they give you this instruction. Write in row echelon form. Usually there are not such a problems in your book to ask you this. Immediately your book jumps to solve the system, but I'm going slow, right? Focus here, how I'm using the operation of matrix to change this matrix to goal matrix or row echelon matrix. As you see, if I a little bit zoom in, for 2 by 2, for this one, To change it to row echelon, I need a 1 in column 1, row 1. If I remember correctly, the three operations or main rules of matrix that even I put notes for you, I just focus here. Look at you in your row 2. In your row 2, you have already a 1. Then I don't want to change 3 to 1 because it takes kind of time for me. The easy method is to do interchange. Then my first step is I'll interchange row 1 with what? Row 2. Then I will write 1, 2, negative 1, and I'll bring row 1 and row 2, which is 3, negative 5, and 6. That's my step 1. But I'm not done yet. I'm just done with this part. Look, I'm just done with this part. I put a red cross there. Now, the next goal is to have in column 1 a 0 under the 1. It means I need to change 3 to 0. To do that, the method is look for the opposite of 3. The opposite of 3 is negative 3. Multiply negative 3 to row 1 and add in row 2. Remember, when you make a note, whenever you want to change a number in a column to 0, you cannot add directly the opposite of the number in the system or in that row. First, you are finding the opposite of the number. You multiply it with the corresponding 1 in the column or that row. Then you add to the next row. That's the method, correct? You multiply here and you then add here. You multiply here and you add here. You multiply here and then the result adds here. Then I can say it's equal to, I will write my new matrix. Do I want to bring a change in row 1? Definitely no. I'll copy my row 1. 1, 2, and negative 1. Now I will multiply negative 3 to each element of row 1, and I will add the product in row 2 and corresponding element in row 2. Negative 3 times 1 gives me negative 3. Negative 3 plus 3 gives me a 0. Negative 3 times 2 gives me negative 6. Negative 6 and negative 5 gives me negative 11. Negative 3 times negative 1 gives me 3. 3 plus 6 gives me what? 9. Now, if you look your goal matrix, because we are new with this topic, you have to focus on your goal matrix. Now, you are done with this one too. You found your 0. The next is to get this one and the row 2, column 2. Correct? It means I have to change negative 11 to what? To 1. To change a number or to change an element to 1 in a row, you divide the row with the same number, with the same element, or you multiply the row by the reciprocal of the number. The easy way is divide, right? I will copy again my row 1, 1, 2, negative 1, and I'll divide my row 2 with negative 11. Then I'll write 0, negative 11, and 9. All of them divide by what? All of them divide by negative 11. I want to show you the operation here. I don't want to do it on my mind, correct? Then it's equal. Again, I'll copy my row 1, 1, 2, negative 1, and my row 2 becomes 0. Divide by negative 11 gives you back 0. Negative 11 times negative 11 gives you 1. And 9 over negative 11, keep it that way. Negative 9 over 11. Here you go. You change your given matrix to row echelon matrix, or to a goal matrix. Let's make it simple, to a goal matrix. Correct? This is how you do the operation to change a matrix to a goal matrix or row echelon matrix. Correct? After you learn this, now solving a system of linear equation is really easy, because you repeat this operation like few times and you solve the system. It's not difficult. Let's then put a new topic here. Your new topic, still 6.1, is solving linear systems using Gaussian, which is a name of a mathematician, Gaussian elimination. And Gaussian elimination means row echelon or goal matrix. You solve a system of linear equation. It doesn't matter if it's in 2 variable, 3 variable, 4 variable, 5 variables. It doesn't matter anymore for us. We use the row echelon method. Correct? That's the goal. It means if you are dealing with 3 variables, you should go this way. 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0. Here a number, here a number, and here a number. Correct? And here are the constants. That's your goal matrix. Correct? Now, I write 4 steps for you here before starting an example. Correct? Let's do our 4 steps. Let me write it down for you. Follow these steps. You can solve any system. Step number 1. Write the augmented write the augmented matrix for the system. Of course, they give you a system of linear equations, right? 3 equations. Your first thing is to write the augmented matrix. We already learned how to write an augmented matrix in part 1 of this video. Number 2, or step 2. In step 2, use the matrix operation to simplify the matrix to row equivalent to row equivalent matrix. It means change it to row echelon. Correct? Or it means write your augmented matrix, simplify your augmented matrix to row echelon, or in a simple, in a goal, change it to a goal matrix. Step 3. Write the system of linear equations corresponding to the row echelon form. Correct? Or echelon form, let's put also a matrix to be more clear. Number 4. Solve the new system using back substitution. Using back substitution method. Correct? And find the answers. 4 step. Now, I will do an example for you and I'll show you each step how you are solving a system of linear equation. It doesn't matter right now after you learn matrix, it doesn't matter if they give you a system of linear equation with 10 variables. Still you can solve. Still you can solve it. Correct? Because with other methods, you just learn up to 3 variables. Within this method, you can solve any system. Example number 1. But remember, your system is linear. Solve. Using matrix, correct? 3x plus y plus 2z equals 31. Your second equation, x plus y plus 2z equals 19. And your third equation, x plus 3y plus 2z equals 25. Now, step 1, and step 1, you have to write the augmented matrix for this system. Very easy, right? You just place the coefficients and the constant inside these brackets. Equation number 1, 3, 1, 2, 31. Please focus always in the sign of the coefficients. If you have a negative, do not forget the negative, correct? Because if you forget, what you solve is wrong, correct? Equation number 2, 1, 1, 2, 19. Equation number 3, 1, 3, 2, 25. You are done with step 1. Step 2. Simplify this augmented matrix to row echelon matrix or to your goal matrix for 3 variables. If you have the matrix ready in front of you because you are new, I'll recommend you to write your goal matrix here in front of you to know what you are doing. Or echelon matrix. You need diagonal ones, correct? Under the ones, of course, 0. And here numbers. You don't care which number you have there after you change. This is your goal matrix. Start working with this and try to change it to this matrix, correct? My step 1 is to get a 1 here in column 1, row 1. Then what I do, can I do an interchange easily? Interchange between row 1 and row 2 to get easily a 1 there? I will use that method because this is the easiest way for me, correct? Then I'll copy row 2 and row 1, 1, 1, 2, and 19. And I'll bring row 2 here, row 1 and row 2, which is 3, 1, 2, 31. And I'll copy my row 3, 1, 3, 2, 25. Even you could interchange between 1 and 3, right? Because they were the same. It doesn't matter. Okay, look, I'm done with the step 1. I have a 1 and here. The next one is to get a 0 under the 1. 2 zeros under the 1. It means change 3 to 0 and change negative 1, a positive 1 to 0. Correct? To do that, here, first you have to multiply negative 3 to row 1 and add the product to row 2, like this. It means it's equal. I will write only my row 1 because I'm not changing my row 1. 1, 1, 2, 19. Now I'll multiply. Negative 3 times 1 gives you negative 3. Negative 3 plus 3 is 0. Negative 3 times 1 gives you negative 3. Negative 3 plus 1 gives you negative 2. Negative 3 times 2 gives you negative 6. Negative 6 plus 2 gives you negative 4. Negative 3 times 19 gives you negative 57, right? Negative 57 plus 31 gives you negative 26. In your book, they did the both operations. They want to change the next column or the next number in the column 1 also to 0, you can go that way or you can go step by step. Which way is easier for you? Which way is easier for you? Just follow that method. Correct? I'll go step by step for you to show it for you, one by one step. I'll copy my row 3 here. 1, 3, 2, and 25. I'm done with this step. Now I need a 0 in column 1, row 3. It means I need to change this 1 to 0. What is the opposite of 1? The opposite of 1 is negative 1. I will multiply negative 1 in row 1 and I'll add it in row 3. I'll add the product here in row 3, not row 2, right? Because you want to change that number to 0. Then copy row 1 and row 2 because you are not touching those two rows. 1, 1, 2, 0, negative 2, negative 4. On this side, you have 19 and negative 26. Now multiply and add. Negative 1 times 1 gives you negative 1 plus 1, 0. Negative 1 times 1 gives you negative 1. Negative 1 plus 3 gives you 2. Negative 1 times 2 gives you negative 2. Negative 2 plus 2 gives you 0. Negative 1 times 19 gives you negative 19. Negative 19 and 25 gives you positive 6. Correct? Look, you are done with column 1. Now I have to move in column what? Column 2 and change this negative 2 to what? To 1. Because here, look at your goal matrix. You need a 1 in column 2, row 2. And we already learned how to do that. What is the opposite of negative 2? The opposite of negative 2, oh, to change it to 1. To change it to 1, you divide your row by the same number, by negative 2, right? Sorry. Whenever you want to change a number to 1, just divide it by itself. 1, 1, 2, 19. I'll copy my row 1 and I'll divide my row 2 by negative 2. Let me write it down because you want to follow this video. 0 over negative 2, negative 2 over negative 2, and here negative 4 over negative 2, here negative 26 over negative 2, and copy your row 3, which is 0, 2, 0, 6, and simplify. It's good to write the steps. Correct? Copy row 1, 1, 1, 2, 19. 0 divided by negative 2 gives you 0. Negative 2 divided by negative 2 gives you 1. Negative 4 divided by negative 2 gives you 2. Negative 26 divided by 2 gives you 13. And copy your row 3, which is 0, 2, 0, 6. There are a lot of possibilities of doing a mistake easily even when you are copying the numbers. Go slow, correct? Now I am done with this goal, right? The next one is to get a 0 in column 2, row 3. Look at the goal matrix. I just circle it with the black color, correct? To do that, we know the process. We are looking for the opposite of 2, which is negative 2, but where to multiply? Multiply to the corresponding 1 in the column. The corresponding 1 in the column is here. It means you multiply negative 2 in row 2. And you add in row 3. Write your new matrix. 1, 1, 2, 19. Row 2 is not changing. Copy it. 0, 1, 2, 13. Now multiply and add. Negative 2 times 0 is negative 0. 0 plus 0 is 0. Negative 2 times 1 gives you negative 2. Negative 2 plus 2 gives you 0. Negative 2 times 2 gives you negative 4. Negative 4 plus 0 gives you negative 4. Negative 2 times 13 gives you negative 26. Negative 26 and 6 gives you negative 20. Correct? One more step. And after that, you can write your new system. What's the new step? What's one more step? You are done with column 2. In column 3, you need a 1 in row 3. It means you have to change negative 4 to what? To 1. To do that, divide row 3 by negative 4. It's really easy, but you have to learn two things. Whenever you change a number to 1, divide the row by itself. Whenever you change a number in a column or in a row to 0, find the opposite of number, multiply it to the corresponding 1 in the column, and add to the row. Correct? This is the two step. You are not doing anything else. Now, it's equal. Copy row 1, 1, 1, 2, 19. Copy row 2, 0, 1, 2, 13. And divide row 3, 0, 0, 1, and positive 5. Now you are in row echelon form, or you are done with your goal matrix. From here on, what to do? Step 3. Write a new system of linear equation corresponding to the last matrix, which is row echelon matrix. We already learned in part 1 of this video how to write a system of linear equation using a matrix. Look, in row 1, I have 1, 1, 2. The first one is the coefficient of x. It means I have x plus y plus 2z equal 19. Equation number 2, I don't have a x because it's 0, right? It means you get 0x. It means you don't write x. But you have y plus 2z equal 13. In equation number 3, you have only z equals 5. Wow, look at this. You already have one of the answers for one of the variables, z equal 5. Step 4, back substitution. You have the value of one of the variables. Plug it in. If this is equation number 3, if this is equation number 2, And if this is equation number 1, plug in the value of z in equation 2, and easily you can find the value of what? Y. You have y plus 2z equals 13. It means y plus 2 times 5 equals 13. It means y plus 10 equals 13, right? Subtract 10 from both sides, then y is equal 3. Last one, you need the value of x. Use the value of z and y. Plug it in equation number 1 and you get the value of x. You have x plus y plus 2z equals 19. It means x plus 3 plus 2 times 5 equals 19. It means x plus 13, right? 2 times 5 is 10, 10 plus 3 is 13, equals 19. Subtract 13 from both sides, then x is equal what? 6. Here you go. The solution for the system is 6, 3, and 5. You solve the system of linear equation in 3 variables using matrix or using Gaussian elimination method. If you see on the final exam, you're really going close to final. I'll just maybe finish chapter 6 and maybe half of chapter 7, or if we can finish a chapter 7 also full chapter 7. But these problems are coming in your final exam, correct? As soon I will post a proper study guide also for you. You have to find these values. If you see in a problem that use Gaussian elimination method to solve the system, that's this method, correct? Actually, you can call it the row echelon method too, correct? There is another method also in your book, which is the Gauss-Jordan. Gauss was another mathematician. Gauss-Jordan method, I don't want to teach you that one. That's long. Instead of using diagonal ones or row echelon, you have to change everything to ones and zeros. But at the end, you get immediately the answer. No need to do that, right? That's why I'm not going to teach that one. But that's easy. Just look at your book on page 628. If you wish to learn it, the goal matrix is at the end of page 6 to 8 or 628. Just follow that. It's the same as this. And you can learn that method, but no need because it's too much. I'll skip that part. Some people, they like that method, but I like more the Gaussian because it's much easier, correct? This was all about section 6.1. I'll stop the lecture here and see you all in section 6.2.